The missing ovary at 17 did not seem as edible to me as the sweet California orange drooping on belly-shaped trees. The girl in the other bed cried all night on her side of the room because she couldn't have kids, and I joked with the night nurses in my codeine haze, imagined sweet drippings on my tongue, stretch-marked rinds on the floor, one mouthful of bitter seed, the part you spit out afterwards, fleshy strips clinging to teeth, white blossoms cupped in my hands, then floating to earth. How many times have you had sex? Asks my daughter. She guesses 4 or 5, maybe 6. Then she asks, how do you know if a man is going to rape you? I still tuck her in at night with her Barbies. She's afraid of spiders crawling in her bed, the random thumps on the wall made by the man next door and his girlfriend. I know she's been digging through the Kotex pads, perhaps imagining them to be pillows for her dolls. My tampon's a sort of emergency candle equipped with an extra long wick. In the mornings, I notice a few grass blades of hair poking out from under her chubby arms, freshly watered. She tells me that she wants to start wearing a bra. Her fingers clumsy yet with the wear of fat crayons, and so I must fasten the hook. Wonder what exactly it is that I'm holding back or training to stay in place. And after school, she brings her 5th grade maturity book home, opens it to the chapter on the penis. This is my homework tonight, she giggles. She asks me to read it to you, this new kind of bedtime story. I'm doing a lot of research right now into California desert literature, getting really kind of overwhelmed by what's out there. And quite a bit of that is California desert Indian literature. And I'm just finding really amazing, beautiful stories. So this poem is based on the Kuya creation story and also the biblical story of Adam and Eve. It's called Legend of Your Moon. You created me, brother Mukhat. You got people right, not the twin who made them face backwards or into ludicrous stone hens. You made me moon, delight of the people, beautiful sister smiling in her room, a perfect orbed syllable. And then you violated me in ways unspeakable. You knew your heart belonged to Coyote, and he roasted your skin. The people gathered acorns in the long rows of oak trees at the base of Tahquitz Peak, silent in their respect for thunder, and visioned past Pedro Chino, great shaman on the deer hunt, who transformed himself into a mountain lion so he could reach the highest peaks more quickly from the desert floor, the women singing songs at the oasis, planting trees from the canyon. I know. I felt the mountain lion stalking me. That day I climbed San Jacinto Peak, and no one, even you, could see me there. Dusk whispering to me, and I was scared, 3 miles to go, and the trail waning dark. And so I went away, sad at your command. For you knew you could not keep me there. The lions left paw prints in the snow. Your thumbprints choke-holded across my neck and back. You broke my cheek in two, and the people can only say that you were not very nice to me. And so I went away. And lucky for you, they remembered to pull you back, your black heart from the fire, just before Coyote finished his rabid feast, and returned to them. You look to the sky and see my wan smile, a waxing candlelight. And now my name is Eve. I've developed a roundabout way of coming and going, filling the orbit of your mind in slices and full pies. Sister, you created and violated and sent away. I slant through your opaque window, where you lie alone at night, wanting me to fill in your hollow side. Your absent twin, I study you. I am Shadow Phil. So this is rock bottom crawl, stuck on a man-made desert lake, hundreds of yards above the buried rapids of the dammed up Colorado River. You pretend to steer the rudder and fill the sails just so with a stiff and promising wind, avoiding the cliffs, careful not to bang the keel on the mossy boulders hidden in the shallows. The man who brought you here hunted white bass illegally last summer and snuck away without getting caught. This time, you are not so lucky. Stuck against shore with a burnt motor and loose jib, the mainsail flapping like a broken wing. No wind, dead flat lake, saran-wrapped afternoon, upwards of 115 degrees in the shade. The man glaring at his reflection on the water, whittles an orange peel with his knife. He left the spear gun in the campground, and although tempted legitimately with worm, sinker, and hook, the fish refused to bite. And I don't normally do this, but you know, you write a little preface where you quote somebody really famous and great. But this is my all-time favorite poem that I'm quoting from, and so I thought I'd throw it in here. The poem is called Dreaming in Datura. And Datura is a beautiful white flower that grows in the desert, and it makes you hallucinate if you ingest any of the plant, but it's also really deadly and poisonous, and it can kill you. And the Kuya Indians used Datura in their, some of the shamanic ceremonies the shamans would do, and also the young men in their coming of age ceremonies. And here's the Yeats poem. The Yeats quote: "The blood-dimmed tide is loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned." And this poem is also dedicated to the experience of withdrawing from psychiatric drugs. Women have more receptors for the feel-good synapses in their brains than men, and fewer electrical impulses per day to feed their hearts. Blue frogs underground, dry and wise beneath the spa casino hot springs downtown, your palm-lined canyon bisecting its heart. Twin all-terrain vehicles neatly trailing inward towards the celebrated oasis. If I had known you then, pillared on our backs in damp sand in January, the blushing sun perfect in its not too long shining, the moon cresting its shy face from exile. When the god Mukot created our bodies and leapfrogged across her back, she sighed, trailing heat in her waves, the way jet skis singe the deep river of Colorado, punctuating the narrow trickle from your heart. You seep in small starts, not full-lipped assault. Deserting me deep in the warm water, the canyon is summer. The Mojave Indians say that the octopus would drag the possessed ones away. From the cliffs, out to sea, my brain is a tired organ, landlocked and merging towards sea. Dams block us all. That's it. It's over.